This tutorial will cover how to set feedback that shows up at a specific time after a quiz has ended. For example, you might want students to only see their numeric score on immediate completion of a quiz, but then let them see which questions and answers they got correct or incorrect after everybody in the class has taken a quiz. To set up grade feedback options with a timer, go into your quiz in Brightspace. Here I have a sample quiz ready to work on. If your quiz is not in the gradebook, you'll want to add it to the gradebook and set number of points if needed. For this option, we want students to see their numeric score immediately upon completing the quiz and then see the questions and answers after the due date. So this option requires a due date, which we'll set here in the due date calendar dropdown. So choose your date and time. Then to set the question release options, go to the right panel and click the triangle on evaluation and feedback. The default options are to auto-publish attempt results, synchronize to gradebook, and show attempt grade and no questions. This is the option we want to keep because, again, we only want students to see their score right away. To add the timer option, we're going to go down and click Customize Quiz Results Displays. And now what we'll do is we're going to add a second view. The primary view is the default view that you always have in Brightspace. Adding this additional view will put our second option on a timer. Scroll down if needed, and then you want to set the time when the view comes into effect. So for example, you could set this to match the due date, or perhaps be a little bit after the due date if you expect students to have late submissions. And then again, we want to check display attempt grade for evaluated questions. And then here is where we'll set what we want them to see. Do we want to see all questions, incorrect or correct questions only with learners' responses? So in this example, I'll show all questions. And you have some further choices. You can show correct answers to displayed questions, only show the learner's response, the learner's grade, and standards. So here, just to show you what things look like, we'll use the learner's grade, the learner's responses, and the correct answers for displayed questions. This course is not using Brightspace standards, so we'll skip that for now. You also have the choice of displaying the class average and grade distribution, which is up to you, but I will check these so you can see what they look like. Then click this Create button, and that will create your second view. After setting your display options, again, you'll see the primary view, which is the default and what students will see right away. So they will see their numeric score, but no questions, no answers, or their responses. And then after the due date or whichever date you set, then they will see, in this example, all questions, all answers. Click OK to continue. And now our quiz results views are set up. When you're ready for the students to take the quiz, make sure it's visible using the visible toggle if needed, and then click Save and Close. Now let's switch to the student view to see how it will appear for students. Here we have a sample student about to submit their quiz. So they'll click the Submit Quiz button. And as expected, right away, they only see their score and the attempt details of what time they took it. Now let's return to the student view after the due date has passed. When the student returns to the course after the date specified, they will go into the Quick Tools and Quizzes area. Now the student will have a link that says On Attempt. The student will click that link, and then their attempt, in this case attempt 1, and here we see the class statistics and grade distribution if selected. Then clicking on attempt 1, we now see the questions and answers as specified. In this example, we showed all of the correct answers and what answers the student chose. The student answers are shown in the radio boxes or text if it's a short answer, and then the correct answer is marked with a checkmark icon. This concludes the tutorial of how to set a timed release for questions and answers after a quiz due date has passed. If you need further assistance, please contact us at sites.wit.edu/TLC.